5 minutes.
Yes, Chairman Pringle, before it started, there's a new member who joined the table next to Councilor Chin. Who is she? City lawyer. Okay, so we have 3 lawyers now in the table? 2.
Well, you're not including me. No, Miguel's just showing respect. He's just going to sit. Thank you very much, Miguel. I appreciate it.
I've been trying to apply for this
Normally I
board.
don't admit to being a lawyer, but today I will, just so I'm counted. Thank
How
you very
many
much.
lawyers does it take to change a light bulb?
Okay, all right. Whew, my goodness.
Okay, Miguel, I'll start over again.
Okay, start over again. Thank you. First and foremost, I want to say that the recommendations that you, Mr. Pringle, you making perhaps can be tweaked around a little bit. In the area of financial implication is something that really concerns me, because probably you remember I being always making mention that the absence of accessibility devices for people who come welcome to the butte, but they don't have access to an overhead. I know there is a podium, and I would like to check it for your interest.
Miguel, it works. We've used it before. Don't worry.
There is a podium, right? Now, if I have a mobility disability issue, how can I reach it? The podium, and if I want to communicate to you, I've been using a lot of photocopies, and this should make it some. You can go further to make accommodations to the public. We don't have Wi-Fi. I always inquire why the board, this public space, doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's something that can I understand. Another thing is that perhaps you can be proactive in the way that we can acknowledge the land of where we're sitting today. City Council approved the recognition of First Nations land. However, this board does not make any mention absolutely at the beginning of each meeting. So I want to make a recommendation that perhaps it's time to add on to the opening of the ceremony to recognize that we're sitting on the land of Mississaugas, the First Nation, etc., etc. It is common knowledge. It is something that is not going to cost a lot of money. It's something very simple. And
That also doesn't require any change to the procedure. That's a good point. You're quite right, and I think we should do it. So but that's not a question for the procedures. But sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So my concerns again is in the issue of accessibility for members of the community who have mobility issues, hearing they need hearing devices or visual things to convey your message to you. I have shirts, I have no problem. I have no mobility issues. I can bring shirts all the time. I can bring banners, but according to the new procedure, it says that we cannot bring signs and placards. But it's not my intention, really. It's not my intention to bring a sign. Like last time my brother says, do not give more money to the police board. I could just put it on the, Mr. Mayor, you know that we have this kind of, Councilor Cheek. That's the only way we can communicate to you by way of showing rather than speaking. Sometimes speaking does not provide the whole picture, of the problem that we face every day. So that will be all that I had to say today.
Thank you, Miguel.
Thank you.
Questions, Shelley?
Yeah, can I just ask, Miguel, are you concerned? I'm wondering if we're reading it 2 different ways. When I read the issues with placards and such, that was inside the boardroom, but quite apart from your deputation. If you brought a visual presentation to go along with your deputation, a laptop or something like that, I didn't read that we wouldn't be accommodating those within your 5 minutes. We would still be accommodating those, would we not? If someone as part of their 5 minutes just wanted to, here's my PowerPoint I would like to show you in my 5-minute deputation. Because if that's,
I think we try to accommodate as
if
much
I
as we
misread
can.
it, if that's forbidden, then I have an amendment to make.
I think we accommodate as much as we can, but we have said things that are a demonstration. Now we let Miguel come in and talk about the shield.
But if Miguel
3
wants to
meetings
show
ago?
us he's got an iPad there. If he wants to show us a PowerPoint on the computer in this day and age,
Can we, yeah. Can we-
right? So
can we
that's
accommodate
quite
that,
different. I understand the placards over there that we have the same rule in the council chamber.
Yeah.
So we're not veering. But if you're making a 5-minute deputation and you want to include technology in your deputation, I really think we ought to be able to accommodate that in the new millennium.
I don't think this is preventing that. I do think the technology might prevent that. Joanne, I turn to you and
Well, don't get me started on the technology in this room, but whatevs.
It's not intended to prohibit the things that you're concerned about.
Right.
It's similar to the council.
Right. So the issue right now is the design of the room. The procedural bylaw is not going to prohibit that. Okay. So if, as part of the transformational task force, we wanted to transform the ability for, say, me to plug in my iPad right now, which I can't, or Miguel to give a presentation with a BlackBerry or an iPad Pro like the chief has right here, we would make that possible. All right. Okay. Thank you. I'm just making sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very well.
any other questions for Miguel? Miguel, thanks. Derek,